Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Cooking with Unity. I'm your host, Max Moreau. With me are Philip and Jeffrey. Yay, everyone's here!
Captcha!
Hello.
You're bringing Captcha back.
Bringing it back.
You're bringing it back,
Bringing
okay.
it back.
All right. But it hasn't even... Did it
Captcha!
Captcha?
Captcha? No.
Okay, good.
I don't care.
I don't do what my computer tells me to do. I do what's fun.
I do what I want. Y'all don't know me.
All right, so main screen turn on.
It's you.
Yep, you didn't really want to do that, but you had to.
I had to.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know. It can't even be found in the store anymore, this flash block.
Okay,
So-
all right, well, just
So I'm
just
just
live
gonna
with
keep
it.
it paused
Yeah,
and-
hopefully it won't, spool too much and steal all the bandwidths. Am I doing enough bandwidth?
Actually,
Is
no,
it uploading
it's not,
properly?
because look at this. Oh,
now it's doing okay.
No. I'll keep an eye on this.
Okay.
This, because I have that thingy, too.
Definitely had a little spike there, or non-spike or something. All right. Wait, are we on the screen? Yes, we're on the screen. All right.
Yeah, I remember.
So now
Phil
I'm getting-
saying what you. No, wait.
Now I'm getting questions about what's with the apathy.
The apathy. They
Because
heard
I
about...
put the apathy tweet out there.
Oh, the
I
apathy
tweeted
tweet.
regarding apathy.
I forgot about the tweet. I thought they somehow heard us before we were broadcasting. I'm like, that's
That
creepy.
was a while ago.
Yeah, it was like
No.
before it was even like
It
going
wasn't very
locally.
exciting. I'm just going to leave it steeped upon mystery. It's going to be deep within mystery. You will never know why I was apathetic. Maybe you'll know someday. Maybe you can ask me, I guess, if you really want to. Maybe I'll tell you. I don't know.
Maybe he'll tell you. All right, so is our thing. Well, there's a lot of bugs. Look at all these bugs. Let's fix some bugs. So let's look at all the bugs we can find in like 5 seconds.
How many bugs can we implement?
So if we shoot one of these, every enemy takes the same amount of damage. That's a bug.
I thought we fixed that.
Well, if we did, then we forgot to check it in or something. Or did we fix that and I'm just seeing it wrong? We did fix it.
What did we fix?
Restart it.
All right, I'm
'cause
restarting
there's a
it.
bunch at the start.
Oops. Looks like a
Nope,
lot of
they're all
13s.
13.
So wait, if you think we fixed it, maybe we unfixed it at some point. Thought we were gonna fix it, and then I think I stumbled down the rabbit hole of what we needed to fix, and then I freaked out.
Sometimes that can happen. when
Yeah,
you go
so
down
let's
a
see.
rabbit hole.
Let's see what happens here. So if we go to our splash damage on trigger, enter damage info, get component damage info. So damage info just has a damage. So we didn't turn that into a range. So we can turn damage info into a range. So let's do that. Damage. Call it min damage. And public float max damage. Save. So now that means that we'll get a bunch of compiler errors, which is perfect because it'll show you exactly what we need to fix in the rest of the code. Sometimes the easiest way to refactor stuff is just break one thing and then see what uses it. So damage info.damage. So what we're going to do is actually let's make damage info more useful too. So let's make it so if we public float, or should we do floats, or wait, why did we do floats? Do we use ints ultimately? I don't know. Let's just have it return a float then. Float
Where's it floating?
roll damage. It's floating away now.
Oh.
And roll damage, all it's going to do is random.range min damage max damage.
Return random.range.
Thank you. And we actually return the value as opposed to just telling it to do that and then do really nothing. It's just like, hey, can you evaluate this?
evaluate
Like,
this?
yes,
Like, yep, sure can.
I can. So,
What did you do with the results? Oh, I threw them right in the trash.
Yeah. Right in the garbage collector. All right.
That wasn't important, was it? I hope it
Actually, I
wasn't
think it will
important.
actually give you a run. I think it will give you a static error.
That
on
it'll
that.
give you an error because
Yeah,
you
not
don't
all
return.
code paths. Yeah, exactly.
But it's funny, does the idea of
But if we
like,
did this, if we did something really dumb, like return after this, does it catch that?
it
Might
probably
have to
does
return a
not.
float, I'm not
No,
sure.
it's going to be like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
wow.
return 1.0f.
Oh,
This is the most
no.
useful function in the world. Okay, well, I think it stopped having trouble with this, so yeah, you can just do that if you want.
Yeah, I mean that
You
makes
can just
sense
throw it to
though.
nowhere.
Why
Yep.
wouldn't you be able to do that?
No,
So-
it's true. All right, save.
You might throw a warning. Sometimes it throws warnings. For
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
So what we're
buddy?
gonna do is damage info dot roll damage.
Where's rock damage?
Rock damage. Rock and roll. No, not rock and roll.
Rock and roll is my only weakness,
All right.
along with bullets.
If anyone can name what I was quoting when I said no rock, not rock and roll, I'll be impressed
I
at the
can't.
nerd level,
I can't. Maybe I don't. I can't.
or at least the memory capability level.
I'm watching the chat. I'm looking out.
All right. So instance damage equals weapon damage times damage. So instance dot. Oh yeah. So we need to give it a min damage and a max damage now. So min damage. So weapon damage. What does this actually give us? We're gonna find. We're not gonna find it. We're going to try to find it. Go to declaration. There we go. So it has a min damage and max damage. Perfect. So we're just going to pass the min damage and the max damage into there. So min damage equals web.min damage. And we'll go ahead and multiply the damage percentage in there. And then we'll do the same thing for max damage. Web.max damage. Save. And splash damage needs to have the same type of thing here. So, again, instead of damage info dot damage, we will use damage info dot roll damage. Save. Yay! So let's see if that fixed our little problem. Yay! That looks like different numbers.
Different numbers.
I think. I'm going to get all those guys back together again. I'm going to actually pause it. Actually, let's do it.
Oh.
Let's do it when? Yeah, let's just do it whenever we do this. Debug.break. Save. So now we switch to our little lobby weapon. We shoot it in there. And we look at the scene and see what we get. So if we go to the... Oh yeah, it's not in here. It's in the canvas world space damage numbers. So let's see what all these numbers say. 68, 43, 54, 32. Yeah, that looks pretty clean. Then we go back to the game and we hit that. Yeah, that was all unique numbers. Yay. All right. Save. All right, fixed a bug. Let's go ahead and check that out. I don't know why the quality settings changed, but I'm going to check them in too. And actually, I should... did we make any changes to the level? I don't think we did, but just in case. Evidently, the fade damage numbers somehow changed. Alright, whatever. Fixing variable damage for area effects and variable damage for area effects. There we go. All right. Well,
Look
that's
at that
committing.
bar.
So we fixed that bug. Let's fix that other bug that I was seeing. Let's kill all these guys real quick and see if I can get it again. So yeah, if we're moving forward and we fire, it looks like we're getting into a situation where the bullets are like killing themselves for some reason. So let's take a look at what we're doing with our bullets. Let's, instead of having to find it, I'm just going to do one of these and hit pause, and then we will find one of the bullets in the scene. See what's going on. So, player bullet clone, move forward, destroy on trigger, enter. Well, there we go. So if this thing enters a trigger of any kind, it destroys. And it is a trigger, so we should see player bullets, how they work in the collision matrix. So project settings, physics, player bullets. I don't think we've touched this thing. Oh, we barely touched this thing. So player bullets shouldn't hit other player bullets. Yay! Now we can make these nice tight streams of projectiles.
Captcha.
Indeed.
Is captcha one of the words that we could have as a gun or as a weapon in here?
Probably.
I think we already have it in there, don't we?
I just hope so. That's all I'm hoping.
All right.
for.
Let me find out if it's in there. Where do we have that stuff even?
Somewhere.
This is exciting stuff. All right. Enemy spawner. Where did we put that stuff?
Probably
Did we get to the scriptable object stuff? Weapon skull crusher. No, that's an example of a.
Maybe we didn't.
Oh, I know where it is. It's got to be on the HUD.
Oh yeah, that's right. It used to be owned by the heads-up display. That's right.
So, panel. Wait,
Where did we put that?
Inventory button hack.
It's got to be somewhere.
Weapon generator. There it is. Word list. Here it is.
I hope captcha's there. Sadness. There is no captcha.
All right, we're fixing it.
Oh man.
Some major bug fix.
yeah, I would say so.
Captcha. There we go.
All right, thanks.
Save
I appreciate
scene,
that.
Save project.
This is a big
Fixing,
commit.
captcha.
P1 bug, no captcha.
Fixing a bug.
P1.
Captcha.
100 repro.
Fixing
Repro.
C bug.
P1.
Bullets sometimes stop working.
Oh.
All right. I'm glad you like that.
I like the idea that the lack of the word captcha.
So
in
the
generator
actual
was
result
the
of this
A-bug.
is someone will actually be watching us do this, and they will not think that we're joking about it, and there will be someone who has created the bug system where C is the higher priority, like F is like really bad.
Okay, then let me just state right now for everyone out there: C bugs are trivial bugs.
Typically.
A bugs are usually game-breaking bugs. We did that as a joke. A
Yeah.
humoristic look into the idea of game development, where the trivial
I think
C-bug...
you need to check out those Z bugs.
So you're
like,
telling me-
I think we should just go like all out. Whatever the highest value of the bug is the worst bug.
Man, I ain't even
So you're
in
telling
English
me the
anymore.
C-bug isn't high priority because it doesn't mean that your game is a C if you leave it in?
Oh yeah.
I'm saying
Oh, that's what it
A-bug.
means. Oh.
A-bug,
I'm-
your game can still be an
I
A
don't even
with that
deal with
in
these-
there, right?
These English characters right now, I just went straight up hiragana on this nonsense. There's ka bugs in my game, and
Ka
chi
bugs.
bugs and za. Stuff like that.
Omega bugs.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
the alpha bug and the omega bug. You actually have to...
The Omega virus. Did anyone play that board game? I'm gonna just throw that out there. See
Oh,
if
that
there was
sounds
anyone in the world that actually played that thing, because I loved that game.
That sounds really familiar. Is that a spoken word?
It was.
board
It
game?
had like a.
I never played it.
It had
but I
like a
always
robot
wanted
that
to.
talked to you, and it was kind of cheeseball, but it was actually kind of cool too.
I always wanted to.
It had key cards. Key cards
What are
were
we doing
in.
now?
That's a good question. We ran out of bugs.
What aren't we doing?
Like, there's
now?
no bugs left. This is a bug-free game. Like, this is... Look at this. It's perfect.
Did we get so the radius damage?
Like, I'm not
thing
gonna call...
is
That's
fixed,
the design feature.
by the
Let's
way.
make the damage numbers bigger the more damage you do.
Okay, sounds good. I like that.
And then the next step after that is adding criticals, because I want to see
Death
huge
bug-
critical hits.
Death bugs.
Nice.
I like this.
What am I doing? So we want
Bigger
damage
numbers.
for bigger numbers. Let's see how the damage numbers work. So damage number. So we spawn these in spawn damage number on damage. How useful. All right. So damage, full amount, instance text. All right. So spawn damage number on damage. So what should it be based upon? Like, what should be our metrics for what's big damage and what's not big damage?
Well,
Some kind of level multiplier.
that is a good question.
All right.
I don't
Let's.
think it matters right now because we don't even know what our
Yeah.
damage is.
Yeah. Let's.
Plus, we have weapons that do like 1 to 20, and then we have others that do like 50 to
A higher range
180.
than that, yeah.
We could keep a running average of all the attacks, and then slowly adjust the amount
I
based
thought
on.
about that actually. Because I think that's how
was
some
not
games
out
might
of the
do
way.
it.
might be.
It's not out of the range of possibilities of what I was considering either. The question is, would you want an array to track it, like a list? Would you just want an average?
No, you can keep an int, which is
Yeah, the int would probably work, or
how
a float,
many
actually.
how many you're keeping track of, and then you just add the new value.
And then divide by that
Yeah.
that number
yeah,
again.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Let's do it. I love this plan.
I
All
do
right.
too.
So what we're gonna do is let's just put it in the spawn number on damage. Let's just have them be smart. All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have a public static int running average.
Why has it got to be an int?
Why does it have to be an int? It doesn't.
We don't want floating point precision.
Okay, yeah, we do. You're right. Float. You're absolutely right.
Why has it got to be a float? We don't want double precision.
Why's it got to be a double? Why don't we just make this thing a string?
Actually, I have a class. I don't. I have a class that I found for any size numbers. If you want, if you really want to.
If you want to make, oh god, what was that game?
I actually have used it.
What is that game? The one that goes to like the trillions in the store. It was every extend extra.
Oh yeah,
Every
classic.
extend extra extreme like went to like 6 trillion in its score, like way outside the normal int range.
All right, so float. Well, we're gonna do a
Yeah,
float. Running
It's
average
not well outside.
equals 0,
Only
and then
it's only a
public
few more decimal
static,
places, which is only like
public static int
a ridiculous number.
number of.
But I mean, it would take less than 2 ints to put that together.
Trivial amounts of bits.
Number of damages. Wait,
Um,
so running average.
Number of hits.
Yeah,
It's a hit.
and then we can store this data later, and people can be like, "Hey, I hit an enemy 15 billion times, and this is my average damage." So-
That's true. That right there is a good stat screen number.
Yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're going to add a couple variables. So public float min.
So then people will have to get
size.
high level as quickly as possible.
Keep their numbers high.
So that, yeah, because if you just like dilly-dally and take a long time getting to high level, then it's going to be really hard to increase your average damage. You're going to have
Oh
to farm a
snap!
lot.
That's true. Maybe there should be a lower.
Well, I figured every once in a while, like once you hit,
should
100
probably be
hits,
like a
we'd-
floor or something that you would basically clear out the data or knock out like X number of them, so you could
Well, I figured
truncate
like
the
we'd-
results.
we'd have a
Like, do you think
max
it would?
value like 100 or something, so that we
That's
would
pretty
actually
much what I was thinking.
multiply the base average by like 100, add, or by 99, add the new one in, and then
divide it by 100, so that it would always be a moving target, not just necessarily the historical value.
Probably haven't been actually listening to things properly, but
We were analyzing the fact that, like, you know, if you had like 5,000 hits and you didn't do a lot of damage,
Yeah.
If you take a long time doing
Running
side
average would
quests
be
and stuff
incredibly low.
before you get to max level, then your average damage is going to be lower than someone who just rushes to max level, and then most of their hits are when they're high level.
yeah.
So basically, the idea is to take like the 100 most recent or 1,000
Yeah, we'll
most
have-
recent
All right, let's
of
do
these
that.
things.
Let's
So
do
you'd
that.
have like a hard cap of how many.
Let's
we're
make
tracking.
a list. I like lists.
We don't need a
Using-
list.
Oh, we don't
All
need
right.
a list.
All right. What do we need?
We just need to multiply the current average number by the number that we want to keep, like 100 or something, minus 1,
And then you'd add that new.
and then you'd add the new
value.
one, and then divide it, and that's your new average.
So you take the old number times it by 99, then basically add the new value, divide it by 100, and then you'd get your number.
But okay, say we already have 100 things in there. What are we subtracting out of it?
Well, we aren't necessarily subtracting anything. We're taking that number and multiplying it by one less, and with the result, it would always equal the average of 100, whatever it historically was, plus the new value averaged together. And then when the next one would come along, we just multiply that number by 99 again, have the new value that would up the number and or lower the number depending on the new information.
Okay, so we're just basically taking a percentage off of it rather than what the 100 ago number was.
I think that's probably appropriate, yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. All right.
Logically, it should work.
All right, cool. I'm glad that you think so, and so we're gonna do it. Let's do it. Public. So we're only going to. So we're going to use number of hits up to 100 and then cap number of hits at 100. So this is no longer a good stats thing, but this will hopefully make it so that the numbers are more stable over time. So
We could have other stats too.
Yeah.
We could keep a total.
Yeah, you
damage.
can
Might
always
as well.
absolutely keep a total. It's not like they
yeah,
aren't.
You've done 784
Yeah.
million points of damage. That will be an unsigned.
all right. So all right. So we need the damage amount.
Unsigned string.
Side string. There you go. Number size as a function of the min-max damage of the equipped weapon? That was a question.
Yeah, we could do that too. That's a much simpler one, but yeah, I mean, it's good to know that your weapons. That may be
Maybe that is
playful
the...
too. I don't know. Let's try this one for fun.
For
Because
fun.
then that way, if you're comparing two weapons, you could be like, oh yeah, this weapon's got the big numbers, as opposed to like
Weapon's got the little number.
yeah. Whereas if you only
But I'm
compare
gonna
it
let
to
you
itself,
know one thing. If you shoot with like a little weapon, a little pea shooter weapon, this
yeah.
is gonna be amazing because once you use the strong weapon,
yeah, it's gonna be like yeah.
freaking huge.
All right, so so where is the damage? So damage text object transform is an int amount. Where's the amount coming from? Where the heck is amount coming from? Oh, sorry, it gets duh. All right, it gets this passed in. Perfect. So running average plus equals amount if number of hits plus equals or just plus and average damage float average damage equals running average divided by number of hits. Let's add that logic that you said here. Let's go ahead and make public int damage history equals 100. If number of hits is greater than or equal to, no, if it's greater than damage history length So at this point, we just keep number of hits at 100. So number of hits equals damage, history, length, and running average minus equals. And we were deciding to do running average times just divided by 100, right? Yeah. All right. So now that we have this average damage, calculate average damage to determine what's big versus small. All right.
The word big is bigger. They're smaller than the word small.
It is. It's kind of weird, isn't it? I think it's a conspiracy. All right. So what we're going to do is instance.transform, not tree instance.
It's the tree instance.
I've had tree instance pop up quite a bit.
It's weird.
All right.
They're like, why would I want that?
I'm assuming that's like a tree that you like paint onto terrain or something.
Yeah, probably.
It's.
Let's save this real quick.
I bet it's an editor function.
This is spawn damage numbers.
Now I'm
So
interested.
Spawn numbers. Where is spawn damage numbers actually on?
Well, is tree instance.
Oh yeah, it's probably on the enemies themselves. So wait, these...
Never mind. It is a tree. An instance of a tree. Like, literally, a tree object. That's what it says. It says, contains information about a tree placed in the terrain game object. Which sounds a lot like a tree.
Alright, so...
Well, it has to be its own thing.
I guess. I guess so. I've never used tree instance before, but now I don't know.
Scale. Alright, so instance.transform.scale, local scale, equals...
Bush brush.
Let's get the... Oh, wait, no, we don't. The initial scale. We're just going to do vector 3.1 times... So we want something between min size and max size based on our average. So we're going to do... math f dot we could lerp between.
I really want that to be a game where you're brushing our
size.
former president Bush. Either one. Bush brush.
Bush brush.
Yeah, it could be like a mini game. One of the former presidents are there, and you brush their hair. Make them look pretty.
That reminds me of the game idea that someone had on the show at one point that I'm gonna have to like go through the videos now and find it because I don't remember what it was, but I wanted to make it.
Bush
It was
brush.
like some voting game.
Bush brush.
Bush brush wasn't it though? It was.
I know, but bush brush is pretty
okay.
awesome.
All right, you're right. So min size, max size. Okay, so T is going to be a value between 0 and 1. 1 is the biggest, 0 is the lightest. We want our average should be the middle, right? So we have a midpoint. We could make the lowest based on just 0. So we're going to say... so if we use the double of the average for the max size, let's do that. So we're going to do average damage. So average damage times 2. Wait, no. Yeah, average damage times 2. And then what we're going to divide into it is the actual damage, the amount. Divided by average damage times 2.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Let's try that. Let's just see what this does.
It's the worst that's going to happen.
It could just explode and it could destroy all of mankind. I'm just kidding. It could just not compile.
Or we could have a compiler error.
All right.
What was the error?
Min size double cannot be oh wait, I forgot my F's. Not a D.
You're like, no, this is totally a float.
No, this is 1.0 D for decibel, or 1.2 D. Yeah. All right, so that worked. So now if we got some big numbers.
Look at those numbers.
They look like they're too big, actually.
They do look a little too big. I can certainly see what they say, though, which is nice. But they are.
So let's see how big they're actually coming in, just for the fun of it. Oh god, hold on. So I want to shoot a few things first.
Pew, pew, pew,
I saw
pew.
a smaller one there.
4 is,
4 was looking smaller, at least.
but not really
That-
small.
Yeah.
Not as small as I would have expected.
All right, so let's look at these damage numbers. So they're coming in. Yeah, they're coming in between those values. So this one's 0.1 is 23. What is the current average? Can we find that out? Probably not easily.
Well, we could have the exposed variable. Like maybe we could. You could just turn on debug in the editor to see what.
It won't show the
values are.
stack.
Oh, it doesn't really.
No.
It's lame. Sorry, that is lame though, as far as I'm concerned.
So this 23 felt like it was as big as it should be.
We could do some prints to see what the value is.
Yeah, let's do it.
It never hurts to have a few prints.
Debug.log.
I'm not talking about the artist.
Average damage equals plus average damage to string. Now we can spam this. All right. Play.
Does seem to be doing an average. It's definitely going up and down in value.
Okay, so I think my problem is the display code because it looks like those things are just coming in way too big. So I probably am doing something wrong here. So amount divided by average damage times 2. Average damage. Oh,
Is average damage times 2 supposed to be in parentheses?
good point. Yeah, it is.
That would do it.
That would definitely do it.
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses. Exclamation
Don't tell me math things.
Point.
I'm kidding.
Uh,
That looks a lot closer to what I was
multiplication,
expecting to see
division,
happen.
Addition, subtraction.
You said a whole bunch of words,
Order of operations.
and it's what is it? One more time, please.
There's a
what?
bunch of them. That's the only one I remember.
What's it called? You said something.
Which is
beforehand.
weird because the other ones were more interesting.
Keeping me upon the edge of my seat. What did you say?
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. The first letters, parentheses, exclamation, addition,
What's the L?
multiplication.
Logarithms.
Please. PL.
First letter
Parentheses.
of each.
Yeah.
Word.
Parentheses.
There's no L in there.
Oh.
Please.
Oh.
Does
Oh
have
yeah.
the
Sure.
word L.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. But it's the
Oh,
grouping of
exponent
words.
is the other one.
Oh.
The E is exponent. Parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction.
Order of operations.
All right. Looks like we have a good weapon this time. 6092. That's our good weapon.
Is that the Bitwise dongle?
Is the Bitwise dongle.
There was a small 27.
Yeah, I
and a
definitely
big
saw
87.
small numbers.
Cool.
It seems like that's working. 23. 62, 66.
We should,
Nice.
I like it. Ship it.
Gold Master.
I kind of want to come
Big
up with some way
numbers.
of recording you
Gold
saying
Master.
numbers and putting the clips together for just like really large numbers. So if you get
Wow, it's only been 18 minutes.
get something really high, then
Wait,
You say
me?
the number.
What would be the number? What would I say?
No, like if someone gets a really high crit or something, like 1087.
1087. Like that. Is that what you want? In that number or in that voice?
In the Teen Girl Squad voice, you mean?
Oh no!
Alright, cool.
Neato.
So I noticed another bug that really does bother me, and it's this one that we have with the UI. If I can scroll, so first of all, I can scroll lower than things, and if I scroll low enough, like I can't scroll down here. Like it's just like, oh, there's nothing to scroll there. But if I'm up here, it's like, oh, okay, I can scroll.
So what kind of bug is that, Phil?
What kind of bug is what?
What letter goes with that bug?
Which one?
The one that I just showed you.
Yeah.
Z.
Z. Is that the really brutal one, or
W?
W?
This is a W bug. That right there is a chi bug. That's right, CHI. Chi bug.
Do you need him to repeat the bug?
It's a tsu bug. The bug is that
So
you can
if
scroll
I
down too
kill
far.
more enemies. I just want to see what happens if we get some more items here.
Can we call the lobby bomb thing a lobby bomb thing? Because that's what it is referred to in the chat now. He's got a lobby bomb thing.
A lobby bomb thing?
Yeah, a lobby bomb thing.
A lobby bomb thing sounds like something you would use to, like, disconnect other people on a network.
It does, doesn't it? Like that it would bomb the whole lobby
Yeah.
worth of users?
It's a lobby bomb
Thing.
thing, yes. Virtual reference virus. Sadness? Try skewer.
Oh, that's not... Hey,
Beta beta capture reference!
You know, if we just had that word generator, I'd probably have hours of fun with just that.
It's funny, too. It's not even a good one.
I
It's
know.
literally a pick random words and put them together, and yet it's entertaining. It's possibly the most entertaining thing in this game.
That's not true.
It may actually be true. If you count it by amount of laughs we've gotten on the show, it's probably pretty close
What
to...
kind of weapons we got now?
All right, so what was I going to do? I wanted to see about maybe fixing up that panel thing. Just show how much I don't know about the UI system on this thing. So we have a scroll rect. It does things. We have vertical layout group.
Does that do things?
Force child expand width. Height. What does this do? If I did force child expand height, what does that do? That looks bad. That looks real bad. Let's not do that again.
I saw a cord coming from your house going into my house. I put two and two together.
All right. So this has a size. It has a vertical layout group. If we change the actual... I want to see this thing. Where is this thing? Can I see? Oh wait, yeah,
You
we
hid
have. It's hidden. We want to bring back UI. There it is. So if I adjust the bottom here and we make it so that it is this big.
How big is this big?
All right, so we still have the problem. Background's now
Ooh.
just directly behind that thing.
What does that
although
say?
it's too small.
FIFO transform?
Yeah, FIFO transform. First in, first out, first in, first out transform.
Why is it double?
I don't know, because
You put your transform
it doesn't-
in, you take your transform out.
you put your transform in and you shake it all about.
No, you take it out again.
Okay.
Do you do the first in, first out?
That's a
Shake
good
it all
point.
about.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Do you do the FIFA and shake it all about?
All right, so max words, 17.
Max words. You have more than 17 of those.
Hitbox dongle, rigid body, out of order, quaternion, megavoxel. All right, yeah, we're not.
Quaternion megavoxel.
Yeah, I do
Sounds
like that.
I
kinda
wanted
cool.
to say I could. Oh,
You-
let's see one more.
All right, one more 17. All right.
One more.
I think we just ran out of like visual space.
I'm going to give you a few more than one so that we don't have to
Sweet.
do that.
Binary hub, superhuman, null, override, encrypted, parallax, float, encrypted. Constant pirate, null, rigid body. It is constantly a pirate.
Pixel Master, protected catch, hit scan, double word, dongle hitbox, legendary parallax.
I like the constant pirate.
Yeah, I like the constant pirate too.
It's the constant pirate, null, rigid body.
Arr! Me name's Null Rigid Body. Alright.
My rigid body doesn't exist, but it does because it's null.
Alright. So, vertical layout group. Can I make this expand somehow? Hold on. So we're going to do
It is simultaneously absent, but a value.
UI. Miscellaneous.
Happy birthday.
Where is... I swear there's another place where they hid UI stuff, and I keep forgetting where it is. Try searching for something.
Just got-
size. Content size fitter.
I think
Where is this thing?
You're getting happy birthdays.
Oh, I'm getting happy birthdays. It's early. It's
Wayne
tomorrow.
Winthen says happy birthday
Oh, I'm
with a
glad.
question mark.
Yes, happy birthday to me, I guess.
Yes.
Yay.
Max's birthday is tomorrow. I gave out that information. Me.
Oh, right.
I don't know. I don't know why I said that so threatening. I'm so sorry. Happy birthday.
Kilo hacks by design MIDI.
Oh, I like
Kilo
that.
hacks. I just what I should do is I should go on the internet and try to find all of the names of computer companies from the 80s that no longer
Oh,
exist
man.
and just put those in there
What
because
was that
That's
one
a
we
good
had? It was
Infograms.
like, by design, ignore virus.
Oh, yeah.
By design.
ignore virus. Yes.
Just infograms, Atari.
All right, I'm going to try
Atari's
putting.
technically not there.
I'm curious what this is going to do. I have a feeling this is not going to work the way I want it to. I'm going to copy this component. I'm going to paste it onto.
Oh, it's tomorrow in New York. It's
This
already your birthday in New York, Max.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, it is. It is already my birthday in New York.
So happy birthday from the world of tomorrow.
Yay!
Which is different than Tomorrowland, just to let you know. Which they're additionally making a movie regarding Tomorrowland, which I saw and I was I don't even have emotions for that anymore.
You don't have emotions for which?
They're making a movie about Tomorrowland?
And what's wrong with that? It looks cool.
I
You know
guess.
who's making it?
I don't know.
I thought it was someone good. But I can't
got
remember who it was
scared
now.
because it said Disney and Tomorrowland.
It's
on
isn't it John Lasseter? Isn't like
Could
the
be.
Pixar guy behind that?
Could be.
Like,
I don't know. I wish I had this wealth of information in front of me where I could look up that information in front of me.
I moved
Yeah,
the.
like something that could search the internet and
Yeah.
like, find that information. So
Too bad this thing's only for iTunes.
So I moved. So
And
about getting
making
back to
games.
things. Getting back to the things.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I've been just
I'm sorry.
messing around. So I had a content size fitter. I don't actually think I needed that, but what we did is we moved the scroll rect.
That's what I said.
Yes.
did you say scroll wrecked?
I wish
Scroll rect.
0x10C actually came out. That's all I'm gonna say.
Is that the
Scrolls reminded me of you
Oh,
know,
was that the
of
Notch game that was
Mojang,
supposed to
and then
come out?
Mojang reminded me of Space. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I wanted to see that game.
All right, so what I did is I changed the scroll rect to be up here, and so now it will actually scroll if your mouse is in any part of the parent here, which is much more appropriate. But it's introduced another problem. So it also has made it so that like it now knows that it's supposed to constrain the scroll properly, which is good. It still has bounce because we have the option set to elastic here. What happened?
Solo Wing said, "Get scroll wrecked."
Like R-E-K-T?
R-E-K-T.
Good. I hope someone would read it as wrecked.
That's amazing.
By the way, that should be in there, shouldn't it?
What?
Wrecked?
R-E-K-T?
Yeah.
Sure. I like it. CAPTCHA.
Rect.
Is that with small r? Wrecker?
Yeah.
Why did you change
Why are they small?
CAPTCHA to...
No, CAPTCHA's still
CAPTCHA's
there.
there.
Oh, okay.
I
you
added two and
two.
created 2 copies of CAPTCHA. I changed one to Rec and one to Wrecker.
Why aren't they capital R's?
Because Wrecked, you don't capitalize Wrecked.
Why not?
Ask the internet.
Internet.
So should we add, like, strong?
Strong.
Look, see? Scroll wrecked with a capital R. Look, you capitalized it.
Oh, we did capitalize it. Oh, you did it wrong. Wrecked is never capitalized. And actually, we've been spelling it wrong. It's actually R-E-K-T.
You're yeah, you're right.
I'm right, aren't I?
Yes.
Although some of them is CK. So wait, are we doing CK or are we doing K? I like CK better.
I like CK better.
Because it's like a rectangle, but it got wrecked.
Yeah, I like that better. I'm gonna stop looking at the internet.
All right. So now we need to figure out why this scroll
Is flange a word? Flange, F-L-A-N-G-E, a word? Flange a word? Make flange a word.
Okay.
Did we position it at the middle?
Good question. Flange.
Get wrecked. I can't believe this. I feel like I think...
All right. Save scene.
I
Save
think all
project.
these terms are driving us apart, Lisa.
All right. So right now,
We should put friendly in there. Just to mix it up.
Just to be like happy, gleeful, friendly,
Friendly.
pirate, no reference.
Friendly wreck virus.
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the inventory, and I think I can shoot while the inventory's up, and we'll see what's happening. So what's happening is as it's adding things, it's staying centered. If we scroll it down or something... Yeah, so it's staying with the last position it had, but then adding elements to it. Which is why
It's
we
staying
need
at the last position we had, but still adding elements.
Yeah, it's kind of trying to stay with what's focused, kind of, sort of. It looks like it's trying to do that. So, how can we make this better?
Magic.
We should automatically, when we bring up the menu, we should have it bring it up to whatever weapon you actually have selected. I think that makes a lot more sense.
I think so too.
So what we'll do is we'll try and change the scroll position so that object is...
Oh yeah, that is a really
present.
odd bug, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it is actually it is keeping it centered. That's the problem. Is
Well,
just
it's not
keeping
exactly
it-
keeping it centered, because like if
It
you
just
come
keeps
near the
adding
bottom, it kind of...
instances.
Yeah, what happens is the average position changes, so like the total set of things is different, so the size is different, and so the offsets in Unity for scrolling are 0 to 1.
So if you scroll all the way to the top, will it stay at the top because you're at 0?
It'll still average, and so it'll bump it up a
Yeah,
little
it
bit.
keeps-
So see, it'll bump it up a half a thing each time we add one. See how it goes 1/2 a unit.
But if
So
you're
it's
at
basically adding that
0,
on each side.
Oh, there's one just called By Design. That's great. By Design. And Samurai
62.
Reference. Samurai Reference!
Samurai reference was pretty weak.
Yeah, I know it was. Thing. There's one just called Thing.
It's just a thing. It's a pretty
And
good
it's
thing,
good
too.
thing.
It's a pretty good
Like,
thing.
It's not bad.
It's above average thing. So let's... Actually, I'm going to ask the internet, just in case the internet knows a better way of doing this before I start diving into it. Scroll to selected object Unity. I'm just curious if anyone has position scroll rect to another item.
You're a normalized position.
Try to say the normalized position where it would reveal the transform. It's good enough for me. Get sibling index. Get sibling index. What?
Oh, I'm looking at the chat and I'm laughing. Gotta get back. Back to the preference. Samurai reference. Whatcha? That's why I laughed. I know, right? It's
Reverend
funny.
Wolfgang, thank you.
That was awesome.
That's amazing. All right.
Whatcha?
It's there. Do you see the whatcha?
It actually
It's a
says
real thing.
whatcha.
There's like 4 A's.
It's actually like, whatcha? All right, let's get back
All
to,
right.
to doing
All right.
stuff that's
So-
not laughing at that. Though I really do like that quite a lot.
Scissor to item. All right. I'm just going to copy pasta this from the internet and we'll play with it real quick. So let's go ahead and create a C# script and we're going to say, how do we tell that something's selected anyway? Do we even have a system for that? It's got to be on our buttons somewhere, right?
You would
So-
think
that's
that we would
active or
have.
whatever.
We have to
We have
because
it.
we're calling it.
Or the one that's not active.
Equip weapon button.
Is it the one that's not active?
Yeah,
So
because you
selected
don't
weapon
click on
button
it.
is a button, so
It's
we
a
can
button.
find out.
Button, who's got
So
the
that'll
what?
probably work. That'll probably work. So what we can do is, I'm gonna create a. Let's get rid of this new behavior script and create a C# script. Scroll to selected weapon. This is probably not the best name for this. What do I have in my paste buffer? Alright, I have enough to do all this stuff. Wait, no, not all this stuff. All this stuff. There we go. Alright. Normalized position. Divide equals 1000. I wonder what the heck that is. It's just
Dividing.
yeah,
1,000
just divided by
divided by-
1,000, just in case, I guess.
In case of what?
In case of emergency. I don't know. Okay.
In case of 1,000.
All right. So scroll to insert item rect transform obj.
Get wrecked.
The button definitely has a rect transform.
Get wrecked. Transform.
All right, so let's try this. I'm going to throw scroll to selected weapon into panel. I am going to, in equip weapon, we're going to get. Actually, so what is this panel? It's layer UI, it's tagged, untagged. Let's go.
Whatcha? Can we add
Canvas world
Whatcha
space.
as a weapon name?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
I think that's appropriate. You'll have to give me the spelling in a moment here.
Okay.
What are we going to call this thing? We're going to call this the weapon. Whoops. Weapon scroll panel. And we're going to call this thing a weapon scroll panel. We're just going to grab the weapon scroll. Sorry. Game object dot find game object with tag weapon scroll panel dot get component weapon, what do we call it? Scroll to selected, that's what it's called. Scroll to selected weapon. There we go. And then we need to give it. We'll just give it our button, the selected weapon button. And hopefully that'll work. Maybe that'll work. So save this. Hit play.
We add Wacha.
Fix all the errors.
Add Wacha.
Get components doesn't type cannot be used with type arguments. Oh, whoops. Get component dot what is the actual thing called? Center to item. Center to item. There we go. Save. Let's do the Wacha before we forget.
Wacha.
And there were more errors.
All right. Well, let's still do the Wacha before we forget.
Okay, I can tell you how to spell it once you add another thing in.
83. All right. Now you were capable of telling me.
All right, it is a WHACH and then 4 A's.
All right.
But it was all lowercase on this one, but it doesn't really matter if it's lowercase or uppercase.
I think it does matter, and I think it should be uppercase.
Okay, I'm all right with that.
All right. I'm super consistent. All right. Select weapon, and we have an error still. What's the error?
What is there?
Does not contain a definition for centered item. It probably. Wait. Yeah,
What?
it does. Oh, did I not save it? I didn't save it.
That would explain it.
Using UI.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that would do it.
Sorry, that goes up here. Using Unity Engine.ui. Not that it really matters which way you import them, but
As
people
long
get
as
really
they're all
upset.
referenced, that's really... Oh, hello.
So weapon selection button. So this isn't a rect transform dot. So how do we get the rect transform for this thing? Dot get component rect transform.
Kit component.
That is a long line of code,
Yeah, it really is.
but does it work? So we're gonna kill some enemies. It's not gonna be centered. But if we change the weapon, that doesn't look like it's working right. I think that divide by 1,000 is killing us. I think they did that because they were doing something that wasn't in world space. Or maybe they were doing something based on the reference pixels per unit. Anyway, I'm going to just get rid of that divide by 1,000 and see what happens.
Yeah, why not, right?
So we probably don't want to recenter when we reselect, actually, but it's a good thing for testing. So that's definitely not working
Yeah, it's
right
not
still.
working correctly.
Let's try to divide by 100.
Okay.
Now we're in Witch Doctor mode.
You know what? I'm okay with that. Maybe I shouldn't be okay with Witch Doctor mode, but I really am all right with it.
Oops, that's not what I wanted either. Inventory.
That's closer.
It's getting close. All right, so let's stick with that for right now. I think this is related to the pixels per unit setting, actually.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me.
So let's save that. And
Way to call it at that point.
I just wanted to do one last thing.
Check in.
I'm just going to temporarily disable the this thing. I'm going to put to do. This should probably happen when opening the inventory panel, not when changing the weapon.
To do, I haven't seen that one.
It's
I
cool,
don't use
isn't
to
it?
do. I used hack a couple times, and it did that.
I used. Oh, it does that for hack.
Yeah.
Awesome! I've been using HAX. I'm going to have to actually start using hack and be official about it. Hack. It knows. It knows when you've hacked something.
That's
all right.
awesome.
I like that. All right, so let's save this. Let's save.
Makes me
quit
wonder what
Unity.
the other ones are.
Yeah, wonder where you find those. They're probably in mod develop somewhere in the deep magic. All right. Breaking the user
UI.
interface. Whatcha?
Yeah, that's
There you
awesome. That's great.
So, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Hopefully you had a good time. I know that we did. If you have any questions, please email pushypixels@pushypixels.com. You can also tweet me at Drakfire. That's DRAKFYRE. And buy Phil's game, Robot Alone. It's fun.
Yeah, it's a little game. It's my small little project. It was an all right time. You should buy it. It's $1. No one's still beaten my high score. I'm very disappointed in you all. If you want to,
Phil's disappointed.
go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I'm on Twitter. Sometimes I say things. I throw tweets out there. Sometimes they involve apathy. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Anyway, follow me on Twitter. But you know what you should do? More important than following me on Twitter. More important than buying my game.
What could be
Robot
more important
Alone.
than buying your game? What could be more important?
No, you convinced me. No, no, I'm kidding.
All right.
Thank
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone.
You should donate to Cooking with Unity. That's right. Go to patreon.com/cookingwithunity. Or you can go to cookingwithunity.com and click on the little hamburger link on the YouTube page and donate to the Patreon.
Yeah, all right. So thank you very much. You guys
Do
have a
it.
great one.
Have a good night.
Good night.